Increased awareness of the meat industry's carbon footprint is fostering the demand for low-carbon food products, but in a new report released today, experts warn that those benefiting from alternative protein market developments will mainly be big meat corporations. The Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change's IPCC, sixth assessment report released earlier this Monday projected meat consumption to increase by 14% by 2029, while calling for actions to ramp up the sustainability of the current food system. In their latest publication, a mention is given to sustainable protein alternatives development, including cultured meat and fish. But in the report The Politics of Protein, the independent group International Panel of Experts on Sustainable Food Systems, IPES-Food, believes that technologies such as cultured meat, plant-based substitutes, and fish farming will have little to do with reducing damage to the climate, whereas the food system accounts for 25% of greenhouse gas emissions, 70% of all fresh water use and 50% of all habitable land use, where animal farming is responsible for a big chunk of such bad results for the sector. Meat production have collateral effects not only on the environment. Conflicts over land are on the rise, in part because of industrial meat production. There is much interest in finding solutions to meet current and future consumers' demand in a more sustainable and ethical way. A new generation of entrepreneurs have started to leverage breakthrough science, technology, and innovation applied to the food sector, aiming to advance towards a more sustainable and healthy future for food. Despite cultured meat cannot yet be commercialized due to legal restrictions, the promise for clean meat remains a juicy investment. According to the report, alternative protein startups and young companies have attracted investments from meat giants such as Cargill, Tyson and JBS, as well as other agribusiness firms such as dairy producer Nestlé and agrochemical company Sumitomo. IPES-Food experts suggest investments and acquisitions will lead to continue the domination of food systems by corporations, bringing just a few actors to have a saying on the future of proteins, and not food. The expert groups also questions companies' claims they will be less impactful on the climate. Cultivating meat within labs is less resource intensive when it comes to water or land use. Lab-grown meat production methods might make it easier to control food production and therefore decrease food waste. But as the cultured meat market remains still at its infancy, a true figure of its climate impact is still a wild guess.